You're on record.
They were gonna try to drive that road up that
Okay, announcement is made that adequate notice of this meeting has been given and is being conducted in accordance with NJSA 10:4-6 at second, the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act. Nora, please call the roll.
Mr. Berkowitz.
Here.
Mr. Jaskowitz.
Here.
Mr. Mazzarella.
Here.
Mr. Reddy.
Present.
Mr. Williams.
Here.
Chairman Iraking.
Present.
We also have with us our board planner, Mr. Chadwick, and our board attorney,
Present.
Mr. Johnson.
Present.
Do we have any resolutions?
No resolution.
No resolutions, okay. And we just, let's talk about the, I'm sorry. Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let me just swear.
Yes, swear John in.
Raise your right hand. You swear that any testimony you give tonight should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Okay.
Why is he being sworn in?
At this point in this evening's meeting, is there any member of the public that has any business to be brought to this board that is not on this evening's agenda? I hear none and see none. We have correspondence from (1980) Route 10, Lake Parsippany LH LLC, requesting that our client be moved from Wednesday, April 3rd hearing.
Until when?
And there's no new date, so, Nora, we're going to,
I think there's also
There's
potentially
an issue, yes, of escrow, and I had informed them if I did not receive it by yesterday, that their application would be dismissed.
and they'd have to reapply.
Yep, told them.
So we have to vote to dismiss the application?
Yes.
I suppose
That's
so.
Which one is this?
This is, 2315.
And how many times have we extended this prior to this? So, and there's no reason given for hearing.
Just dismiss it, and then they have to start.
Oh, that's a sign?
It's a sign application, yeah.
I move we suspend the application.
We had any
signs in this company anywhere else?
I'm sorry?
Did this company have a sign anywhere else?
Yes, this board approved another sign on, was it Pomeroy? It's the monument sign, it sits on the
That
ground.
was such a nice presentation, too.
Yeah, they were good.
That was a good presentation. Maybe they were overextended financially.
I think that's what the issue is.
Okay,
It's known as Bidenomics.
Anyway, it's going to be dismissed?
Yeah, vote for the dismissal.
Well, they haven't come up with the escrow. The only thing we could do, we could carry it to the next meeting
Give us a good chance.
and give them
Why would
one
we do
less
that?
chance.
Why would we do that?
I would
just-
rather not, because they give me a hard time.
Fine, then do I have a motion to
It's dismissed.
dismiss,
Second,
case,
Jaskowitz.
Without prejudice.
without prejudice, case number
No, 23.
2315? That was a motion
Yes,
by,
sir.
Davy, second by me.
okay, any discussion or call the roll?
Mr. Berkowitz?
Yes.
Mr. Jaskowitz?
Yes.
Mr. Mazzarella?
Yes.
Mr. Reddy?
Yes.
Mr. Williams?
Yep.
Chairman Iraking.
Yes. Okay, cases on this evening's agenda. Application 21:05, Ann and Arthur Padco, 3 Union Road. C variance to construct the driveway expansion. Is the applicant here? Come forward, please, thank you. And just, let Mr. Johnson swear you both in.
Could you raise your right hands, please? Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Can you state your names and spell your last names, please?
Arthur Padco, P-A-D-K-O.
Great. You can be seated.
Seated and just speak into the microphone when you speak. So, yeah, I was just gonna
He's gonna ask
take a
you
look at the
something.
map here for, yes, go right ahead. Go right.
I apologize.
That's no, we don't know what's going on either, so don't worry about it.
So,
Explain what you want to do and why you want to do it.
So we have a driveway, we have a big piece of property. Our property is almost 3/4 of an acre. When we purchased it 3 years ago, we said this is gonna be wonderful, this is gonna be perfect for us, because we have a 16-foot trailer that we store a bunch of stuff in and all. The problem is, we can't put the trailer in the backyard. And the reason we can't put the trailer in the backyard is like today, I have this in my backyard.
So just for the record, you're showing two photographs,
Two
right?
photographs, and it's just water, it's a lake. I
Okay,
get,
excuse me one second. Let's just mark that as A1,
Just write an A1 on there.
A1, and,
A-1.
and a date. And then you're gonna give them to us, okay?
okay.
What, you can use them to testify, and then you can give them to us.
And basically what I get is I get water from all my neighbors. So far, in the last 2 years, I've been able to build drainage on the right side of the house, more or less where the driveway is, whereby the next day, 90%, 95% of the water is drained. Before that, it would sit there for 2-3 days. So I can't basically back my trailer up onto my grass. In order to move my trailer around, it's a little narrow by the house, and that's why I'm asking for this extension on the driveway.
An extension or a widening of?
It's a widening.
What's along that side of your property?
There are bushes there's the house, the driveway, and then I have bushes on the right side. And it basically goes,
If I'm standing in the street looking at the right side,
on the right side.
by the driveway.
There are bushes to the right side, yes.
And there's a house there?
No, the house is
A little curve.
Yeah.
maybe 30 yards
Yeah.
away.
All right, so putting the driveway there won't force your water onto his property?
No, it will not. As a matter of fact, the way that we're doing it with the Belgian blocks, and that's what I'm trying to avoid, is to have more water go on his side, is the Belgian blocks are gonna stop the water from going on his side and going into the street,
Gotcha.
okay?
The bushes gonna stay?
Sorry,
Are the bushes going to stay?
those are his bushes.
Oh,
I
it is?
don't- I
Okay.
can't touch the bushes.
Okay, good.
Is there anything from the town engineer on this application?
It was denied last year, some,
Why? That's what, gonna be my question. Do we have any reason why it was denied last year?
Where did you see that?
applied and denied in 2020.
Did you apply and deny for this application last year?
Yeah, we asked, if we could do it, we just went into the board downstairs and asked if we can do it, for the permit, and they said, no, you can't.
That's the
You have
denial.
to come
that
in
was
front of the board and
Okay.
get approved.
So you weren't denied by us?
No.
No, we were not, we were never in front of you, no.
Okay.
So the side yard setback is the only thing you're looking for. You don't need a, impervious coverage variance, you don't need a building coverage variance, you don't need a rear view, so it's a relatively de minimis application request.
On this map that we're just going, this is already on the macadam up here.
Yeah.
What's he doing?
Just let me share.
Just for the record, how high are the bushes? The bushes are
Yeah.
trees, and it's, yeah, it's different lengths. Oh, okay. It's not one thing. On one edge. Yeah, yeah. And since I've, installed that drainage, it's helped all the neighbors around me, because they even said, it's gone within 1 day, so, for them. For me, it's not, but I'm happy what I did with it.
Okay, so on the little drawing we're looking at here, the area that's in dark here, that's the area you're gonna put the blocks in, or what's going in there? I'm a little
Okay,
confused.
if I may. No, yep,
You're gonna run Belgian block along that side
yes, sir.
and widen the asphalt a little bit.
The only part, right now, our driveway is, this is our house,
All right,
this is the driveway. I'm not widening it more here, I'm kind of widening it more here at the turn so I can get the trailer in and out.
okay. Okay.
Any other questions by the board?
Yeah.
Any members of the public have any questions of these witnesses? Please come forward.
We already had the.
Whoa, whoa. Come on up.
Come up to the microphone.
Identify yourself, name, address, and use a microphone when you speak, please.
Patricia Blaze, I live at 742 Vale, I live behind him, and since he put those walls
Wait, hold
up.
on, just let me interrupt you for just a second, I'm sorry. This is your opportunity to ask questions of the witness. If you have, hold on, if you have.
It's not your time to tell you anything.
If
You can't tell us anything right
He
now.
got the Belgian block in already.
Okay,
Excuse
hold
me.
on. If you want to make a statement, either in support of or in opposition to the application, you'll have that opportunity to do that. But at this particular point in time, this is your opportunity if you have any questions of Mr. Patco, okay? Questions of Mr.
I wanna know
Patco.
how far back he plans on putting that driveway.
Okay.
That's a question. You have to let him come up
Hold
and,
on, let him,
you have to let him come up and talk.
okay.
No, I'm not putting it any further than it is right now.
Because I was over on your property a couple of weeks ago, looking at what you got there already. You got the Belgian block in, you have that thing with the 4 tubes in there already.
Right. I did that for the drainage.
But I'm not getting any relief. My house is worse now than ever before since you put all those.
Excuse me, do you understand that this is the time to ask questions? Do you
Well,
you understand?
why did you put all those, I don't know what you wanna call them, stumps in there that you piled yay high?
Oh, no. In the backyard, what I have is, on our property, we had like 50 trees. A lot of them were dead, so we had them taken down. So what I did was, around the perimeter of the back of my property, I stacked them up. That's all that is. That's stacked wood that's
I
back there.
wouldn't call that the perimeter where you put them.
Okay.
Quite a ways.
Do you have any other questions?
to go along.
Do you have any other questions?
Yeah, I wanna get rid of the water. I don't want all that.
Do you have any other
No, I don't have
questions?
any other questions.
Thank you. There's someone else who would like to speak.
This is,
Please come up and identify yourself.
ma'am, I know you just came in, so this is an opportunity to ask questions, not to make statements for or against. So what is your name
I'm Elizabeth Chang,
and where you live?
720 Vale Road, block 480, lot 8.
Okay, and do you have any questions of Mr.
Yes,
Patco?
I want to know, I got a letter saying the owner of the 3 Union, Mr. Patco, want to do expansion. I don't know what kind of expansion, but I have concern, very deep concern about the water issue in our backyard. It's a
Excuse me,
water table.
let me try it. You gotta ask the question. The
Right, I
question,
asked.
you could, no,
I'm
you
concerned
didn't, no.
about
Whoa. You don't start making statements yet. Bill's told you that there's gonna be another section in this hearing.
Okay.
That's when you can say, I don't like it, or I do like it.
Can I ask,
But do you understand this blacktop is gonna be in his front yard? He's not going backwards. It's gonna be on the existing driveway, coming to the street.
Show me your map.
Wait a minute, his testimony to us was the fact that he's making some changes to the driveway to accommodate his trailer, and in so doing, okay, he is not expanding the driveway in the backyard at all, okay? He also believes that what they've done will help the water situation. That was his testimony. Now, if you have a question about that, then you can ask that, but obviously you don't, so let's move on.
I see your, the Belgian is a little away from your blacktop.
Right.
I'm concerned
That's-
about over here. It has a natural drainage.
Yes.
Believe me, all of us has water issue, even on your property. So,
excuse me. You-
right, so my concern is if you're blocking somehow,
I'm not doing,
any ditch over there, because it actually,
the ditch that you're talking about is on the grass area.
honest with you, by my property, you had left the logs and it's blocking the water flow.
Can I ask a question? Will you remove the logs, please?
Yeah,
Remove all the logs. You'll do that, right?
yeah. that's
Okay,
no
he's gonna
problem.
remove all the logs.
And can I still speak up?
You can ask a question.
Okay,
I don't know what's so difficult about that.
we noticed on your property, there is like, with gravel and piping. Was not there. That actually, I know the piping sounds great to drain the water, but actually eventually it's gonna clog up. We're not gonna be able to clean every time.
What's your question?
And why it's there? It wasn't there, and this is not good for us because,
Can I ask a question of you? How far is your house from the back of Mr. Pafko's house?
do you know how much is his lot?
I'm asking you, how far apart
Okay.
are the houses?
So there's a.
100 feet, 200 feet? 100 feet, 200
We all
feet?
make borders, we have borders.
I asked the question, how far is your house, the rear of your house on Vale Road? Because I know this area very well. I only live a couple blocks from there, okay? I know the area very, very well. So tell me how far from the back of your house to the back of his house, what's the distance? Mr. Pafko, you know?
About 50 yards.
50 yards, about 150 feet. Yeah, I'm thinking it's more than that, too.
It might even be more than that.
Looks like more than that.
Yeah, you're probably talking about 200 to 300 feet.
Here's our concern.
No,
I don't want to hear your concern at this point. I want you to ask questions or have a seat, okay? I'm sorry if I'm being rude, but you're not paying attention. Now, I'm going to go back to my question. We have some hundreds of feet of property between the two houses. This is all natural property. You haven't disturbed the property in any way, is that correct? It's the way it was probably when Christ walked the earth. All right. We cannot solve all the water problems in this area. Believe me, I live on New England Drive, which is about 4 blocks from there. I should have taken pictures today of the water in my backyard, okay? I had about 6 inches of water in my backyard because the earth is clay. They used to have brick foundries here. The water does not drain. And if you don't do anything to mitigate the drainage, it's going to be there. And this board cannot solve the drainage problems of Parsippany. All we can do is if he wants to put up another 1,000 square feet of house, and he's going to create more drainage problems, we will make him mitigate that. We'll make him put in dry wells. We'll make him put in drainage of some sort. But what you're asking about, I don't see it. I just don't see it. I'm sorry. This little bit of driveway expansion. Now, he's already agreed to take the wood out, which you say is blocking the water, okay? He'll take that out because it's probably never should have been done.
And also the gravel and the pipe is actually higher than the beach, and I think it's gonna affect our.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
You just don't understand.
Would you please?
Please, thank you. Have a seat, okay?
You're gonna have a chance to make a statement shortly, okay? Right now, this board is reviewing this application from this individual, looking for a variance. That's what we're gonna judge on, okay? If you have a water problem there, that's not part of this application. So wait until he's done testifying, we're done testifying, and then you can state your case, okay? And we'll take that under advisement.
Is there any other member in the public who wishes to speak on this application? Ask questions, I'm speaking. Ask questions on this application? I hear none and see none. Mr. Pafko, let's go back to the pipes and the attempt that you made to mitigate the drainage, or the drainage.
I can show you a video, if that. Sure.
Can I, I don't know what the video's gonna, right now, you're here to get a variance
On
to
the
do
driveway.
now, you haven't already done this, or you already have done this?
All we have done was put the Belgian block up, and
Okay.
then when we
Okay.
got the contractor to do the driveway, he said, you have to go to the town.
And you come to the town to get a permit, and we're here to issue a variance to get the permit.
On the driveway.
And everything you're gonna do, in no way, in your opinion anyway, will exacerbate any water drainage issue for you or your neighbors.
No,
That's been your testimony, okay?
Absolutely.
And as a matter of fact, I think you testified that what you're doing should help not only your property, but the neighbors.
yes,
But you don't know that for sure.
right,
But you're certainly not adding any additional water flow
Absolutely.
from your property to other neighbors' property.
absolutely. not.
And your property right now is underwater too.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Any other questions any other members of the public have any questions of this witness on a testimony given? Is there any more questions by the board?
I don't know, but maybe more an observation. Should we ask the town engineer to look at it and give us?
After we give him the variance, we can have him ask him to go look at the pipes and
Well, just to
everything.
confirm that what he's doing is not gonna affect anything and make it
Yeah,
worse.
If I can tell you, gentlemen, what's going on before I did any of that. Basically, what there was I get water from all the neighbors coming in because I'm the lowest, okay? on the right side of my property, look from the front of the house, looking towards the back, on the right side of the property, there was just water coming in, and it goes to my neighbor on the right side. About 5 feet from my property, there is a drain there that I keep clearing.
You didn't put that drain in?
No, that the town put in.
Okay.
The town must have put this in years and years ago, because it's older already.
Well, those houses were built in the 60s.
So all I did was, so that the water drains quicker, was put, 3 PCV pipes about 6 inches lower, just so the water could drain to go into that drainage that goes out to the street.
And that drainage is still working?
And, I'm sorry?
That's still working, that drain?
Yes.
Is that
Yes.
drain on your property?
Yes, sir. Yes.
The drain, the town drain is on your property?
No. The town drain is on my neighbor's property.
And what does your neighbor say about all this?
They really don't say anything. They live in Florida and they rent out the home.
Bernie, I just don't see us, if there's a drainage problem in the area, these neighbors they can go to the town and have the town engineer come over and investigate the bigger problems.
All we really have to, all this board is looking at is the driveway being 2.5 feet from the property line.
Which is the de minimis.
And if.
Yeah, because there's no impervious,
Well, he's putting in impervious.
but there's no, he does not looking for an impervious, coverage variance.
he could put a lot
But what if that impervious coverage creates an additional drainage problem?
But that's not part of the application, Bernie.
But it tilts to the street.
And it's not part of this application, Bernie. He's
All
not,
the houses in that area are raised.
he doesn't need a variance for impervious
Until they
coverage.
grade to the street.
I didn't say he did.
Okay, all right.
I'm saying is the impervious coverage might create a drainage problem.
No, actually, by creating this one, the water is going towards the road.
Yes.
Fine.
Okay.
Anything else?
Everybody's happy on that.
At this point, I'm going to ask if there's any members of the public who wish to speak in opposition to this application. Now, this is the opportunity, if you want to speak about the application, please come forward and we'll swear them in. Would you just let someone sit there, okay? Because someone's going to, please come forward.
I think according to.
Wait, whoa,
Hold
you got to
on.
get sworn in first.
Okay, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, now state your name,
Elizabeth Chang.
spell your last name,
Chang,
and what is your address?
720 Vale Road.
What do you have to say?
I did call the town engineer about a week ago, and he came out and looked at the property. He came to my backyard and looked at the situation, and also to my neighbor on my right side, to the Roosevelt, Linda K, David K's house.
Can you speak into the microphone?
So the town engineer, is it good? The town engineer came out and spoke to me and showed him the problem, the issue with the water draining. It used to be flowing really nice and it goes away to the, between his property and goes to to the corner lot and then flows to the curb to the town drain, the big drain, the street drain, the water, drainage. The town engineer also spoke with my neighbor, Linda K, and we showed I was concerned and everything, and Linda expressed it to the engineer, saying that we never had so much water. She never experienced so much water in this time than before, and then she had a water issue, even with this rain. She actually texted me earlier saying that
she's not here.
You're speaking for somebody that's not here.
Engineer.
So let me ask you this question, okay? Do you understand what he's asking to do?
I understand. I'm afraid
Okay,
that
so
he's gonna put
with
concrete
respect,
over those drains
with respect to
5 hours.
what
That's not
he's
part of the
asking to do, okay, which is extend his driveway by a couple of feet. What is your objection to his application to extend his driveway, widen it by a couple of feet? What is your opposition to that?
Back depend on the natural drain that they used to have. If he raise it up that, the water cannot flow easier, faster enough. And that's gonna be creating more issues. If we have hurricane, it's gonna be, it's not right. It's gonna be a crime for all of us.
But you're saying that your situation got worse now, and he didn't even do anything.
Yeah, he cut a lot of trees.
We're not talking about that though. We're talking about his stuff in the front.
There is logs, but like.
He's gonna remove them.
Gonna remove the
He's gonna
logs.
remove them.
And honest with you, the pipe looks good with the gravel. I don't care, but the thing is, the long term, it's gonna, the dirt's gonna be in there. The water doesn't flow as much because it used to be lower, now it's rise. It's actually,
But if the pipes back up and the pipes are on his property, he's gonna wanna get it cleaned out too, you know.
the problem is he's put on that ditch that used to be, that's a natural ditch. There used to be a stream over there. Why would you put a pipe on top of the stream? This way is higher now. So when there's a hurricane, the water cannot go flowing so easily. And sometimes, and I have a very low
Wait. This is not an issue for this application. If you have a problem with what he's done on those pipes, you have two choices. You can go to the town engineer, or you can hire your own engineer, okay? And once you determine that he has done something to affect your property, you go to the town, and the town will take care of it. This board cannot deal with the drainage issues that you're talking about. I'm sorry. We can't deal with those drainage issues. This has nothing to do with the application. This board is only dealing with a side yard setback, a very de minimis request. And he's saying he's going to deal with any additional drainage from his 2.5 feet setback request, okay? I know you're not happy, but I'm telling you what your options are. Now, we've had circumstances where people have brought in truckloads of dirt into their backyard, and then they come and they ask for a variance, and we make them take the dirt out. Or they concrete over 70% of their backyards, and we make them take the concrete out, all right? But what I'm saying is, he has a de minimis request for 2.5 foot setback. Has nothing to do with the logs, has nothing to do with the pipes. I'm asking him if he'll take the logs out to be a nice neighbor. But let me just say something, okay? I know where Union Road goes across, and I know where Vale Road goes across. And I'm guessing that those two streets are about 400 feet apart, okay? Now, I don't know the exact dimensions of the houses. You're a long ways off from what he's proposing. You're probably 300 feet away from what he's proposing, okay? I'm not gonna listen to any more about your drainage, okay? Okay? That issue's done. Anything else?
I know that a lot of water from the railroad houses drain towards south.
I don't care. I don't care.
That's why the natural.
But I don't care. It's not that I don't care. It's that I have no control. I have no control of.
The expansion that the drive is getting,
Attorney.
who's gonna pay for it?
Can you handle it?
If I have like.
I told you, go to the town engineer.
Do you have any,
And you have no set. I'm sorry, go ahead.
it's okay. Mr. Chang, do you have anything else you want to say in opposition to what he's asking to do? Not your other drainage issues, but just what he's asking to do. If any other comment about what he's asking to do?
So I just wanna make sure, he put a Belgian blocks and he's gonna put over, I don't know how far in because his property.
He said 2.5 feet off the property line. He's already testified to the dimensions. Dimensions are on the application.
He's going to add a few feet to his existing driveway. How, Mr. Patko?
It's all in the front yard,
The
between
most
his
at
house and
one
the street.
place is gonna be the 3 feet right around the turn, and that's more towards the street, not towards the back. Where it is at the back, it stops we're not going any closer or any further than we already have here.
So he's
Where
going
the
to,
driveway ends right here, we're not extending the driveway any further. This is my garage right here. Right here is the Belgian block. We're not going any further. All I'm doing is this gray area right here, so I can turn the trailer. That's all I'm doing.
So do you have any other comments with respect to what he's asking this board to approve? Not your other drainage issues, just what he's asking the board to approve.
No.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Any other member of the public who wishes to speak in opposition to this application? In support of this application? I hear none and see none. Mr. Pacco, is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, I've always tried to get along with the neighbors. This is the first that I'm hearing about the log areas and stuff, and this is the first that I'm hearing that I'm causing this water problem, because when we moved in, there was always a water issue.
You have
in the
one too,
area.
right? That's how you have one too.
Yes, sir.
So,
Thank you. Do we need to go into conference?
No.
no, I don't.
Will someone make a comment as to why this is a de minimis?
Well, right
application?
now, the application we're reviewing to approve or deny is making a request, which is very de minimis as far as I'm concerned, to allow a 2.5 foot closer encroachment to the property line than what the zoning is. That's why he's here, okay? That's the only reason he's here. The application for all the other work he's doing has to comply with all of the township guidelines and engineers' guidelines, and when he has his work done, it has to be approved, okay? And if that's done to the compliance, all these issues are not gonna, this work is not gonna cause any additional water issues as far as I'm concerned, and I'll be voting in favor of this application.
Someone frame a resolution?
Application 24:05 and Arthur Padco, 3 Union Road, block number 480, lot number 1, zone R-3, to issue or grant a C variance to construct a driveway expansion contrary to section 430-275-10.
Second, Jaskowitz.
On the condition that Mr. Padco remove the logs, correct?
Yeah.
Is there a second?
Jaskowitz.
Any discussion? Nora, call the roll.
Berkowitz.
Yes.
Jaskowitz.
Yes.
Mazzarella.
Yes.
Ready.
Yes.
Willens.
Yes.
Ira Kane.
Yes. The resolution is passed. Mr. Papka, I'm just going to give you one little bit of advice.
Yes, sir.
Make sure your PVC pipes are not causing any of the problems.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Oh, I have
please.
to, or else it's gonna go into my house.
All right, just make sure, if there's some way that you can judge, if there's something that needs to be done to address it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, let's call case 2410, Ranjan Takier, 108 Longview Avenue. C variance to construct a new 2-story, single-family dwelling with attached garage and open deck. You do not look like Mr. Takier, Mr. Shah.
Can you raise your right hand, please? You swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Can you state your name and spell your last name, please?
My name is Bhupin Shah, S-H-A-H.
And what is your address?
My home address is 504 Parsippany.
You could leave.
And what is your relationship to the application?
I'm at the
Okay.
Are you the builder? Is that what it's, or you
He's the owner.
You own the property?
Yes, sir.
you own the property? Ah, okay.
Let me ask you a question. Is there, the survey shows a house on the right side of your property if you're in the road looking at it.
Yes,
Is there a house on the left side?
yes.
So there's no way you can cure the lot width issue?
No, I'm gonna knock, I already knocked the house down.
No, you didn't listen to me. When you have an isolated undersized lot, there's a process known as buy-sell, which means that if you can, you purchase land from either one side or the other or both to cure your variance. But you've already got houses on these lots, and they're all 50-foot wide on this street, right?
Yeah.
So you can't buy something because they are already at a variance.
Okay,
So is that your hardship?
correct.
Okay.
So tell us what you'd like to do.
That's it. A lot of work. Listen, that's it.
Build a bigger house on the same lot.
What's it? It has nothing to do with size of the
Yeah,
house.
that's nothing to do with subject. It's just like, the lot's undersized.
Just a lot.
No, the lot's way oversized.
No, I mean, two
The
down.
width, the
width
width.
is
Is that your only variance, width?
Yeah,
That's
that's
it.
what we just went through.
He's got 9,000 square.
All we can do is blame the people that did the subdivision back in the 40s, right? Go ahead.
Yeah, because, you know, the lot area is about 9,046, and the proposed building and deck coverage is 1,952 square foot, which is, you know, the minimum is like 20, mine is like 18 point something. So it's way less than the coverage.
Mm-hmm.
But, so the house that you have proposed
Correct.
complies with all other aspects of the zoning ordinance, correct?
Only
The
the
side,
variance I have, which is 50 feet.
Lot width.
Lot width.
all the setbacks are
Yeah,
are conforming,
everything's
Correct.
everything's fine.
And you're building a house that fits in more with the neighborhood than what was there, is that
The
correct?
neighborhood's gonna be look nice once I finish the house.
And you're an experienced builder in this town, right? You've built houses before?
Sounds smart.
Any other questions by the board?
No.
Any members of the public have any questions of this witness on that proposal for this two-story house? I hear none and see none. Mr. Shaw, is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, thank you all.
Are you gonna take that fence down in the front yard?
Yes, sir.
Any members of the public who wish to speak in opposition to this application, in support of this application? I hear none and see none. De minimis request, once again, I
Yeah,
mean,
this
it's
is a reasonable
it's a
request.
factor of the town, there's nothing you could,
Nothing he could do, nothing he could do.
even more de minimis.
It's a hardship.
More than de minimis.
Someone,
Application 24:10, Ron John Takier, 108 Longview Avenue, Block 574, Lot 17, Zone R4, recommend granting a C variance to construct a new two-story, single-family dwelling with attached garage and open deck with stairs, contrary to section 430-35, column 3.
Second ready?
any discussion or call the roll?
Mr. Berkowitz?
Yes.
Mr. Jaskowitz?
Yes.
Mr. Mazzarella?
Yes.
Mr. Reddy?
Yes.
Mr. Willens?
Yes.
Chairman Iverson?
Yes, result of variance is granted.
Thank you all.
Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
You have it sold already? Obviously, huh?
That's the smirk, Chairman.
Yeah, no neighbors here, that's
He
good.
used to be my mailman.
Okay.
Yeah.
You serious?
Oh, yeah.
It's been there for 30 years, right?
Okay, next case, application 2362, Enver Mansour, 506 Parsippany Boulevard. C variance to legal a third-story habitat.
Habitable, that's right, you say? Habitable?
He was previously sworn, so I don't, it's been quite a while.
This is a new application.
Oh, it's a new application? Oh,
This is a new
oh, it's
application.
a new application. Ah,
You wanna make your appearance?
I do, thank you. Andrew Delaney on behalf of the applicant and owner, Enver Mansour, who's standing present to my right.
Mr. Mansour, can you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Please state your name, spell your last name, please.
Mansour, M-A-N-S-U-R,
And what is your address?
506 Parsippany Troy.
Your witness.
you may proceed.
Thank you. If I may, just a few brief statements as an overview of this application. As mentioned, we have been here before. This case has a bit of a tortured history to it. Without getting too much into the weeds, but what we've previously done, we had an appeal previously. We dropped all previous appeals on this. We're coming before the board tonight on a C variance that's somewhat legally complicated, but fairly straightforward as far as the facts of the case go. The application, it says we're looking to legalize a third story. It's a bit more specific than that. My client, over the past 10 years, he bought the property in 2013. Since 2014, he's been in the process of building the property. As it stands right now, it's substantially completed. Over the course of time, he mistakenly or there was a mistaken building permit that was issued, during which he constructed a bathroom in the attic of the property. Now, one of the issues we're dealing with is the pitch of the attic is somewhat confusing, and in part led to the erroneously issued building permit that my client relied on. If you look at the zoning code, there's a picture of it. I don't know if you have it in front of you. I can provide the pictures if you'd like.
I think we've seen them all.
Yeah, we've seen them.
You've seen it. There's a 4-foot maximum between the bottom, or the ceiling of the second floor to the top, which counts as a half story. In this zone, the R3 zone, a half story is allowed on top of the second story. So in this case, there was some confusion regarding whether what was put in there was a half story or an additional third story. We conceded that it is a third story. However, my client's case, he's in a fortunate position of having relied on it, whether it was correct or not, and he stands right now having fully completed it. We're ready to move into it after being vacant for 10 years, and he's expended over $15,000 on it. What we're looking to do is simply keep the bathroom in there. We're not looking to do any further construction. You can't see the bathroom from the outside. My client is elderly, he's 71 years old. His idea of using this is essentially as a place to watch football on Sundays. He wants to be away from his family. And one of the interesting things about this application, if you're going to look at the purposes, the land use is to provide housing for the elderly, it's to provide good uses of property. In this situation, he's going to live with his 2 kids. They're going to move out of their rentals, and they're all going to consolidate their living space in this property. So, in a sense, you're consolidating. We have a housing crisis right now. You're consolidating everybody living in there. My client gets a place where he gets to watch football. He doesn't have to go up and down the stairs. We've made sure there's going to be no issues with third parties. Everybody's living as a family unit. There's no additional entrance to the property. So with that, I'd like to introduce my client, Enver Mansour.
Could I ask you a question?
And then I want to ask.
So why did you withdraw all your other appeals?
So it's simple. My client there were 5 issues that the zoning.
At least, yeah. Go ahead.
So just so we're clear on this, the 4 out of the 5 have been taken care of. We're not seeking any kind of approvals on that, because my client has taken care of that.
Can you list them?
Sure. So I'll go down the list. Remove 2 exterior doors. My client has done that. Remove second and third kitchens to only a wet bar. My client has done that. Reopen interior space on the first floor as depicted on the original plans. 5-foot openings. My client has done that. Reopen the interior space on the first floor rear porch addition as depicted on the original plans. My client has done that. The last one, remove bathroom in its entirety and return attic to storage space only. That's the only item that we're bringing before the board tonight.
So when you say your client's done that, has the town been there to verify?
That's going to be a question I asked of my client. Regardless of that, we're not seeking approval on it. To the extent that he has not done that, my client's subject to any kind of code enforcement violation. We're not seeking approval from you. So my client has represented to me that he's done that. I'm an officer of the court. I'm representing to you, basically my client has told me that he's done that. That being said, we're not seeking your approval for it. So to the extent that he hasn't done it, he'll have no approval for it, and he's going to be subject to all the code enforcement violations and anything else that may come with it. I know my client is eager to move in, and quite frankly, I'm ready to move on from this case, and I think you guys probably are as well. My client has no interest in facing any further code enforcement.
So if we decided that we would allow this variance to go forward on the contingency that the building department comes out and inspects, are you okay with that?
100%.
Okay.
100%. In fact,
That's what I'm waiting for.
yeah. So to answer your question, absolutely. In fact, if it's not the case that these 4 items are not taken care of based on what my client has told me, I'll be furious. Because I'm coming before tonight and putting my own reputation on the line.
Okay,
So
I have a couple points. You say the house has been vacant all this time? Nobody's been living in it?
nobody can live in it because we need to get a certificate of occupancy,
Okay.
which is being held up.
And you can't get a certificate occupancy because you have a bathroom not approved in the third floor, is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
But all the rest of the house is livable, but nobody's living in it.
Correct, so my client, as far as what he's told me, and he's gonna provide testimony on this, he has the furniture already.
Okay, I got it, nobody's living there. And so the other thing, just as we move forward in your testimony, so the families, the children now, how many people will be living in the house?
So it's going to be my client and his wife, he has a son, a married, so there's 2 kids, one of whom is married with 3 kids, the other of whom is unmarried. So do the math, total, it's.
8 or 9 people, okay. All right.
That being said, they're going to be living as a.
8 people, right? 8.
Correct.
7 adults, 3 children.
That being said, they're going to be living as a family unit. Again, I'm going to be asking my client.
5
listening
adults.
testimony
5
on
adults,
this.
3 children.
They eat dinner together, they do family activities together. There's no separation.
Oh, that's just the issue before, got it, okay. Got it.
And just to clarify, one of the kind of the overarching issues, this application previously, I know from my own communications, one of the bigger concerns, is that this property be used or potentially converted, into a multifamily, 2 or 3 family, and that any kind of approval given by you guys, would be used as a basis for that. Him taking care of these other violations, in our mind, removes that possibility. There's no separation that exists within the house. There's no separate access that exists for this attic area. Even if it was my client's desire to do so, which it is not, it would be impossible to make this attic area, whatever you want to call it, a separate living space. There's no separate access to get up there. In order to get in there, you have to go through the remainder of the house.
That wasn't our concern, I don't think, okay.
Let me ask you a question. How many kitchens are gonna end up in this house?
How many kids?
Kitchens.
Oh, kitchens, I'm sorry.
The answer's 1.
One. So there's no kitchen in the upstairs.
They were all over the place last time.
Correct, that's been,
So those cabinets on the 3rd floor that had the whole kitchen, all the cabinets in, but a space for the appliances, that's all is out of there.
out.
Out.
On the 1st floor, no, upstairs, on the 1st.
Oh, 1st floor, okay.
The other thing, we've had, quote, the mother-in-law apartment, not a lot of those cases, and not any recent, but the town did have a standard deed restriction that specifically said the house had to be occupied by either, forget the language, you had a little wiggle room, it didn't have to be exactly relatives, but they did operate as a single, a family unit. Are you willing to agree to that?
Absolutely, I know, Mr. Johnson can corroborate this, there's case law on this, I can give the citation if you want to take it down.
Not necessarily.
Okay, fair enough. Essentially, to your point, you're correct, everybody had to be living as a family unit, notwithstanding the fact but in this case, they are. And in fact, the way in which they're living, when you look at the spirit and even the letter of the municipal land use law, it serves its purpose.
Okay.
It means that my client, who's elderly, does not need to get a separate place to live. It means that the 2 kids do not need to get a separate place to live. I know New Jersey, political background, it's something that comes up a lot. Housing and affordable housing is an issue. This is a situation where, in this sort of isolated case, but isolated cases broadened out can solve problems. They're going to be consolidated and living together in a way where they otherwise have to live in separate locations. Not to digress too much, the Township of Lafayette in Sussex County passed an ordinance.
How does this have to do with us?
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Let's move
Well,
on.
Let me let your applicant testify.
Present Edward Mansour, applicant and owner of the property. Mr. Mansour, can you state your name for the record?
You can sit.
Okay. Do you own 506 Parsippany Boulevard?
Yes.
Swear, man.
When,
I did.
how long have you owned 506 Parsippany Boulevard?
Like 15 years.
And when did you begin construction on the house at 506 Parsippany Boulevard?
2014.
And in the process of building it, was there a point where you mistakenly believed that a that a proper validly issued building permit existed?
Yes,
Okay. In the process of building it, did you build an attic above the second floor?
yes,
Did you build it according to the architectural plans by architect Steve Considine?
yes.
I'd like to.
Haven't we had those before?
Could I ask our attorney something? I don't mean to be rude. We've heard this case
You heard it different.
so that's why he has to get this on the record?
Yes, you
Okay.
heard it different.
Okay,
You
thank
heard
you.
it different. I understand
Right.
your issue, but
Right.
you heard a different case.
Okay, thank you.
So in terms of admitting things into this case,
Gotcha,
it's gotta be into this case.
thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. As part of in building it, did you construct
Wait, hold on a second. So what is that you're looking at? That's not something is that something you submitted with this application?
No, it is not. I'd like to introduce it to
Then-
the record,
yeah.
even though it's been previously, as Mr. Johnson said, on a previous application.
Okay, so let's mark that A1. And you're gonna leave that with us.
And I had copies for each of the board
Oh,
members.
you do? Great.
For your reference.
I'll pass him out.
Sure. Thank you. I'd like to draw your attention specifically to page A5.1.
Wait till everybody gets it, so then they can get there.
You don't need some.
One package?
There you go. Ready likes to make sure it's separated right.
Yeah. Five it up. All right, so this is A1. Okay, now what do you want them to look at?
Page A5.1.
Okay, this particular page, I think, was actually submitted with the application.
Yeah, we have that.
Okay, page A5?
Someone is in the back.
A5.1.
This is the one, right?
Yeah, that document,
These
just
are
for the
the-
record, was actually submitted with the application, A5.1. Okay.
Okay. Mr. Mitchell, does this depict the plan for the attic at 506 Parsippany Boulevard?
Yes,
And did you build it exactly according to this plan that's in A5.1?
yes.
Why did you construct a bathroom in this attic area?
Well, I'm gonna be up there most of the time, you know, so I figured that, I go to bathroom a lot, you know, so I didn't think going upstairs, I got that one next to me. I had the space for it, and the town, I asked the town for it, they approved it, so I got it.
What do you do up in the attic area that you just spend time here?
Get away from the blankets sometimes, you know, watch my football, sports game, I mean, that's something I do, watch sports. So, sometimes I get a little bit loud, yelling and screaming at the game, so up there, nobody hears me.
Mr. Mansour, I have to admire you. You're not putting an elevator in this building, are you? No. And you said you're 70 years old, okay? I'm a little bit older than you, and I'm moving into a house with one floor. If somebody told me every time I wanted to watch TV, I had to climb 2 full flights of stairs
In my own house.
You done
in
with
my own
me?
house, I have to admire you. You must have great stamina.
Can I just ask a question? I mean, we said you haven't, there's nobody living in the house, there hasn't been any, but the way you're speaking, it's, you gotta get away from the kids, like you're already doing it. I guess that's kind of where
It's not that.
Right? I don't know.
Like, get away from the kids.
Oh, no, you just said that.
I wanna watch sports and I wanna be alone sometimes.
I'm just saying, the way you're speaking is like this is already going on, that's the way I'm taking it,
Well,
so.
they live with me,
Oh, we're
the
just
house
starting
in
that.
Marlboro, so
Okay.
I didn't know that one.
Only at game time only.
Game time only. Okay.
Go ahead, let's carry on.
Why couldn't we watch, what benefit is it to you to watch sports up there versus somewhere else in the house?
Listen, when you watch a game, if you're into it, you know what? You concentrate on the game and watching TV, you got grandkids running around, making noise sometimes. I'm upstairs, I lock the door, I can watch, I got my peaceful, area. So I don't have disturbance and, making noise. Grandpa, I want this, grandpa, just lock the door. I can be up there by myself, watch my game.
And why is it that you want your two kids to be living in the house with you?
Because they can't afford it. I mean, I built the house, so this way they can live with me.
Where are they living now?
One lives in Brooklyn, one lives in Morristown. They rent in both of them.
How much are they paying for those?
Around like $2,000 a month or something like that.
How much do you pay to install this bathroom?
I don't know, 15, 16,000, I'm not sure.
And how much would it cost you financially to remove the bathroom?
Well, it's a couple of thousand, and take it down. The building is the one that did it, of course, taking it down is nothing, probably cost them a couple of thousand to take it apart.
Should you be approved tonight, is the house ready to move into, but for the lack of a CO? Are you guys logistically ready to move in?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the final inspections. So once the final inspections are done, and I get my CO, I'll move right in there.
I have no further questions for the applicant or my client. Turn it over to the board.
I do have another one. So you said they live in Morristown and Boone?
One lives in Morristown, other one lives in Boone.
Then my last question was, how do you know you want to get away from them? You said they were already living in Montville with you. Is it my?
No.
I'm just asking if that's what I heard. I don't.
Well, sometimes when you're in a house, you want to have a little bit of.
Oh, no, believe me, I got a basement for that, other than it flooded over the weekend, but I got a basement to get away from the family. I know what you're saying.
You want a little bit of peace and quiet sometimes, Of course, you love your grandkids, but sometimes.
You know, we've heard so much testimony on this building. I'm not gonna say on the case, on the building, okay? There's definitely a little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for?
Skepticism?
Not skepticism.
Inconsistency?
There's a lot of make-believe stuff, okay? Really, without an elevator, look, I think, just my own opinion, we've heard enough on this case. Let's give them the bathroom and put this behind us and just chalk this up to one of those that we didn't score right. Well, we did score right, because we got rid of everything else.
But could we put in a stipulation that he is subject to annual inspection? No?
I think the deed restriction is the most important thing.
Okay.
Yeah, deed restriction.
Okay.
I mean, what more are we going to solve tonight? Unless, and I notice there's a lot of people in the audience. I don't know if they're here for this case or not. Is anybody here for this case? You are? This case, yeah. All right, so
they should ask their questions.
Yeah, you go ahead, continue with your testimony.
Do you have any other questions?
He's done.
We've concluded our.
I've got a
Do
question.
you have a question?
The bathroom, does it have a shower or a tub?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know, I just put it.
Tell the truth, Mr. Mansour, please, please.
Take a shower.
If I want to take a shower, it's there, like the bathroom, why not put it there?
So where's your bed up there?
Huh?
Where's your bed up there?
Bed?
Yeah.
I have a bedroom downstairs.
Let me ask you a question. Why couldn't you use the bathroom that your wife is using, as opposed to the one up here for showering?
She won't let him.
Why would you not be able to use the bathroom that your wife is using versus the one up here?
I had the space up there, why not put a bathroom, why not, I mean, it's there, why not?
Well,
I don't have to do
$16,000 you would have
anything.
saved.
My question is, when you're watching the game up there, why do you need more than a toilet?
Halftime shower.
The space was there, I just made it look nice.
Is it a,
Shower there.
is it a jacuzzi tub or just a plain tub?
It's
It's a jacuzzi?
Huh?
Is it a jacuzzi?
No,
Oh, okay.
standard shower.
How long is your wife in the shower for? Not to be too personal.
Oh, my God.
So so we're talking about a bathroom being legalized up there, but then are we also just giving into there's the other area he's sitting in watching the game that's habitable?
That's part of the second floor calculation.
Okay,
The bathroom was what triggered this.
okay.
What you're asking to approve a third story, is what you're asking.
Habitable.
Habitable third
Because it could put the bathroom in.
Correct. So without the bathroom, again, not to, the way I read it is that, this would be legal without, this actually be totally permissible without the bathroom. It's at the bathroom, so in reality, it's, the way I see it, it's a fairly limited application. Again, to the board's point, that was triggered because of a belief that this was gonna, some use as a subterfuge, backdoor way of getting another unit in there or another family in there.
Certainly seems that way.
However, that's why I'm so adamant about saying we've removed the other items. When you look, and I'd like to draw your attention back to the 5 items. When you look at those 5 items in their totality, it's reasonable. I can see why they might say, when you look at all those things together, that it could potentially be used, or seen as multifamily. However, when you take those 4 items out, the bathroom on its own cannot be used as a multifamily unless you do something else to accommodate that happening. So when you have separation there, when you have separate entrances, it may be reasonable to look at it and say, yeah, you know what? Either he or somebody down the line may use this or may try to use this as a multifamily. However, as strange as it may seem, I know there's been a lot of colorful testimony on this, I thank the board for sitting through it, for multiple hearings. That being said, the bathroom in itself, the bathroom in isolation, as strange as it may seem, cannot be used to accommodate another person living in there. So really, in isolation, when you remove all these other things, it is a fairly, and I think, pretty simple and straightforward application. I think it really does a disservice to my client. As silly as it may seem, I can very much understand why somebody may want to do this. In fact, I had to live at home for a time. There's a bathroom downstairs. I had a shower in it. There are going to be a lot of people living in there. There might be a reason why you want an additional shower. It does not go to having an additional family in there. So with that being the case, again, I can understand the skepticism on the part of the board, especially given how this application has gone. But quite frankly, with all due respect, I think if you remove some of the backstory, and tonight we're here on a limited application, that backstory, I know it's already been heard, maybe tough to get out of your head. If this were coming in fresh, again, I'm biased as the attorney, I think we have a very straightforward and I think sympathetic application. It makes a lot of sense to me, practically speaking. It makes a lot of sense to me as somebody who has a family. It makes a lot of sense to me as a guy. I like to watch football. To me, it's very straightforward. And again, noting the board's concerns, I understand.
Okay, we got it.
Okay,
Can we move on? Come on. So,
Any questions?
any other questions?
Any members of the public have any questions of this witness, please come forward. Now, you understand why you're coming up here, right?
To ask
You're
questions.
gonna ask questions, and you're gonna ask questions with regard to this bathroom. Is that correct? You're gonna ask questions with regard to the bathroom.
There'll be another opportunity if you want to make comments.
Okay,
But
please
this is
come up and
question
identify
time.
yourself.
I'm Gail Black.
You have to use the microphone.
You can take it out.
I'm Gail Black, and I live at 484 Parsippany Boulevard.
Okay, what
What's your
questions
question?
do you have?
Question is, how many bathrooms are in this house?
7,
7 bathrooms?
yes.
There's no law against a house having 7 bathrooms.
So having this one in the attic, which is against the rules of having a bathroom in an attic, is not really needed.
Excuse me, what is the question?
Oh, sorry. How many families are gonna live in this house?
He already testified 3.
Just 3 families?
His son, unmarried son, his married son with children, and him and his wife. 3 families.
Okay.
Living as one family
Living as
unit
one
was the
family
testimony.
unit. No separation.
And how many cars are gonna be occupying this part when the driveway on the side, is it shared with the house next door?
No, I have 4 cars. We have 4 cars altogether. I got 2. My son has 1, and my other son has 1. We have
But
4.
you share that driveway with the people that are in the house next to me.
I don't share with anybody. I have my own apartment, my front house.
You, I can't.
You can testify later,
No, it's not a
okay?
question, so I-
Time to ask questions. Sorry
And
about that.
nobody's been living in that house now,
No,
all this time.
no.
Okay, you'll have a chance to make a comment. Do you have any other questions?
There's a lot of questions that I just can't ask straight out like that because it's a statement that I see and because I live there.
You'll have an opportunity to testify. This is your chance to ask questions.
Yeah. Is this gonna be an apartment house?
No, single family home.
A single family home?
It's a single-family,
Whose single family home has 7 bathrooms? Do you?
That's not,
that's not
about it.
part of this application.
You can have as many as you
I
want.
built the house.
He's gonna have to clean 7 bathrooms.
My taste to have that, I built it. I provided the
It
plans.
should be on a plan with.
Okay.
That's it.
Sorry,
Come on.
not bigger.
You'll be.
You'll have a chance
Any-
to
Come back
speak
up.
your mind.
Any other questions?
I'm sorry.
Any other questions?
I can't make my statements into questions
You-
right now.
All right, well, then we'll give you an opportunity.
I just wanna know
You have plenty of
how
time.
many people, how many people are gonna be living there?
He just
He already
answered.
told you.
Said it was
I
8.
know.
8.
Okay.
Okay,
Any other member of the public have any questions of this witness on the testimony given this evening? Looks like I hear none and see none. You don't have any other witnesses, do you?
No,
Do you want to wait and some after we hear from the objectors?
I would have a very brief summation. We'll wait till after the
Okay.
objectors.
All right, now, this is the opportunity for any member of the public who wishes to speak in opposition to this application. Please come forward, and you'll get sworn in, state your name, and this is your opportunity to testify if you wish to do that.
you need to
No,
come
no, no, no,
forward.
no, come
You
on
can come
up.
and
You
say
gotta,
whatever you need to now.
first of all, you gotta use the microphone.
And you don't have to ask it in the form of a question. Now
Just-
you
now
can
you
speak
can
your
say
mind.
it.
Come up and tell us whatever you want.
See now?
It's your turn to testify.
Come and talk.
Okay, come forward to the microphone.
Okay, my
Hold on,
You gotta
hold
get
on.
sworn in first.
Please raise,
Relax.
have a seat. Yeah, have a,
My statement.
hold on.
Wait, you
hold
gotta
on,
get
Mr. Black.
sworn in.
That,
Hold on, Mr. Black. Raise your right hand.
Okay.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
I need you to state your name again, spell your last name, give us your address.
My name is Guy Black. I live at 484 Parsippany Boulevard.
Okay, what would you like to,
45 years.
okay, and what would you like to say?
Just the fact that where my house is, the other houses around, they're all small. They were built almost 100 years ago, a little bit less than that. Then there's this big monster here, which I cannot believe needs 7 bathrooms. I know he didn't apply for that. How many people can go to the bathroom when there's only his son, his wife, at the same time with all these bathrooms? Which tells me there's more gonna be living in that house than was told to us. I just feel that the house is too big for the area, and anybody, say you're watching football, why can't you watch it downstairs and use one of the bathrooms there? You gotta walk upstairs, you wet yourself by the time you get to the top. I mean, please, if he's so old, what are you gonna say? You know, you go to use the bathroom upstairs? Don't tell me there's not gonna be a bed or a couch and he ain't gonna sleep up there, or another family or whatever. I can't say that for sure, maybe not. But then I want, his driveway is really with the driveway to the house next door. And all these cars are in the park, or is he gonna park them in front of the house? I don't know. All these kids, I don't know. I don't know how many kids there are gonna be. Honestly, after listening to this gentleman, all these times I've been to all the meetings, it just seems a little ridiculous. And there has been people living in that house, while he didn't have it approved. I would like to have a person who does the approval of the homes to get the CO, go and inspect the entire home all over again and see if there's it, 3, 4 kitchens or,
That's what they're gonna be doing.
to make it for another house, or whatever. We don't know that. None of us have been in there. We haven't a clue. And honestly, I'm really sorry, but his statements have not fallen true to me. Because I see, because I live there, trucks coming in at midnight or whatever. It's crazy. So, and, I like where I live. I have nice neighbors on either side. I don't need to have a bunch of aggravation. I'm old too, I'm doing it. So,
But you have recourse if you feel your neighbor's doing something wrong, or bringing in deliveries or whatever at wrong times, we don't have that jurisdiction. But you have the power to call whoever the police or the building department. If you think he's doing something wrong, you have the right as a citizen to go and complain. We don't have jurisdiction over that, so it's tough for us. I might believe you, and I might believe that this has been a very complex and at times deceptive application. But we gotta do, we've gotta,
and none of
evidence
us
presented to
know
us, we have to decide.
if it's the truth, not the truth, or after he gets his approval, things are gonna change big time.
Well, if you
And then
see
I'm
them moving
screwed.
in 2 refrigerators to the 3rd floor, call the building department.
Well, how can I tell?
You can't
I can't.
tell, we can't be
It's
in all
hard.
these people's houses. There's so much conjecture in what you're saying, okay?
Yes.
Now, in reality, can this possibly happen? Yes, all right? But this board has no control over enforcement. All we're here right now to do is to grant him a variance so that he can keep that bathroom on the 3rd floor. That's
So there's
it,
8
okay?
bathrooms?
Look, that's meaningless. That's meaningless at this application. He could have 17 bathrooms if he wanted to.
I
Okay.
suppose so.
Seven. But do you understand what you're
and
saying?
I have called
You're a concerned neighbor. You've lived there for a long time.
Yes.
This used to be a gas station, right?
Yes, it was.
Okay. I've been here longer than you have, okay?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a gas station, and it closed down, what, 40 years ago?
Yep.
Okay.
Hugo's.
I didn't remember the name.
Mhm.
And the house was built, and it's there, and it's not going anywhere.
It's not.
We can't get rid of it. You can't get rid of it. I understand your concerns.
Why didn't somebody see this when there were blueprints drawn that were that big?
But that's not our issue either.
You can go downstairs and talk to the building department and ask them why they did it.
Well, see,
Again, we have no,
but I'm fighting a losing battle.
you are fighting a losing battle at the
I am.
moment. I hate to say it.
can see that,
I hate to say it.
And don't think we
and-
might not agree with you on some of your
But-
points.
I've called the police about a person who was living there, who came and peed on my front lawn, or chopped down my trees. I don't want to live like this. It's ridiculous. There's something wrong with,
Okay.
and,
Do you have anything
I
else
know.
to say about
well,
the
you know what?
application for the bathroom?
I guess I can't, because
Okay.
nothing means anything right now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions of that witness?
No, I don't, I'll let the witness.
Okay. Any other member of the public who wish to speak in opposition to this application? In support of this application, I hear none and see none. Mr. Delaney, a brief summation? Brief?
As one of the board members mentioned, there's a lot of skepticism regarding this, maybe justified, maybe unjustified. There's been some speculation, maybe some conjecture. I'd like to read a quote from the Appellate Division, Cheney v. Zoning Board, 221, NJ Super 141, very one sentence. Concern about future conversion can be met by local enforcement in an alert neighborhood. That goes to what the board is saying. Based on the factual testimony tonight, rather than conjecture, speculation, skepticism, I submit to the board that the bathroom be allowed on the third floor attic. Thank you. I appreciate the board's time.
And your client is willing to have another inspection conducted to make sure that your representations are accurate with respect to what's been removed?
That's correct. And I invite that.
Yeah, they're going to be-
And the deed restriction, correct?
Correct.
They're gonna get a CO, they're gonna do final
Yeah, they're going
inspection
to
anyway.
do a final inspection before the
They want the zoning officer to inspect it.
Right.
Yeah, inspection by the zoning.
Right, the zoning, because the zoning.
You can handle that, right, Nora?
I'm sorry.
Make sure that the zoning inspector inspects this.
I don't, we could ask them to, I mean, the building department.
Right, that's why we have to put it in there, because he would not normally come out.
Buildings are inspected, buildings,
The zoning inspector would not come out for a CO. We needed a separate by Mr. Johnson.
Request.
In the resolution,
Thank you, sir.
along with the deed restriction.
Thank you.
Okay. Do I have a motion to that effect?
So, second, Jaskowitz.
You understand that motion?
This will be an approval with conditions that these 4 items.
of course, that's the one they're going to give the CO.
Of course. Great.
Any discussion? I would just like to say something. Mr. Mansour, you're not a believable witness. I hate to tell you that. You are not a believable witness.
That's the truth, though.
What he said, yes, it is.
Good one, Davey.
Nora, call the roll.
Mr. Berkowitz,
Yes.
Mr. Jaskowitz,
Yes.
Mr. Mazzarella,
Yes.
Mr. Reddy,
Yes.
Mr. Willens,
I'll abstain.
Chairman Irakan.
A reluctant, very, very reluctant, yes. Because I see there's no other way we're gonna do anything with this house, so let's put it behind us. Anything else?
No?
Motion to adjourn?
Nothing new in our
So
laws.
moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
No, I have not heard anything.
It's true. Hey, come here.
Thank you.
I couldn't show this during the meeting.
Show me the inky one.
Okay. Go ahead.
What was that address? Union Road, right? Something Union Road.
Football field apart.
Yeah, no, I saw that already.
Oh, you saw it?
Your money.
It wasn't even close.
No,
It's
look
catty corner.
at the distance between the houses. The first application, look at the distance between the houses. It's like a football field. When he said 100 feet, Jesus Christ, I know these two streets. Those two streets have got to be 400 feet apart, right?
Good night, everybody.
No, I had no idea that was coming.
You have a good night, John.
Bill, good seeing you again. How's your mom?
Thank you.
Tell her I said hello, okay?
I'll invite you as my guest as soon as we can play.
Yeah, I'm not kidding you. I told you that, right? Not for $800. Are you an A member or a B member?
Well, I'm not even sure how much I'm gonna be able to play.
Thank you, Bob. Take a look.
Physically.
Questions? I just signed it 8879 and the NJ 8879.
Thank you.
Process.
How you doing?
I need the 8879. There's a whole copy of the return here for you.
No, nothing.
Everything good?
Most everything was yesterday.
How was Easter?
Really?
Family good?
Yeah.